That way, all you got to do is just hit the
Hey, Deb, how's it going?
Good.
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 Haven't seen you in a while.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I've been messed up.
Okay, well, you're okay. We're recording, so I'm gonna let you know that now. You don't look messed up. You're fine.
Okay, good.
I wanted to say, John is in I don't know what city, but he's over there in a meeting. They're having a little forum, and Colin Powell is the guest speaker. So, he wanted to go over there and network with them.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so he's out there. So we're just you and I at the moment. We're expecting a few more people, including his brother and one young man from South Africa. His name is Banathi. So we'll see how that works. So tell me about the business. Is the business going strong right now?
My tax business.
Yes.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's crunch time.
Sure, I know.
Yeah.
Well, you got more business on the other end too. That's what he was telling me. He said that he wanted to get I guess you're working on his website, or you will be working on it.
Yes.
He wants to partner with someone else from Dr. Umar Johnson's group. They're going to do a nationwide, I guess, data bank for all black businesses. I guess that's what
Sweet.
Yeah, he just told me briefly a few moments ago. So that's the gist of it, as far as I know. So so you'll be doing that too. It's a lot of work.
Right. Well, it's I'm all about this.
Yeah, that's right. I know you are.
Because we have to build up from the bottom. We can't, all we know from the people who are supposed to be taking care of this business.
Yes.
Is that all they're doing is fucking up.
Yes, you're right. And there's another
Here's
gentleman over here, Mr. Morrell. Hey, Troy, how are you? Is it Troy Costner or Troy Morrell? You're on mute, so I can't hear you. Anyhow, I'm Jettie, and I'm your host at the moment. Brother Jamerson, he's at a meeting. I guess they have a conference with Colin Powell, and that's where he went. But he said they expect you. How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm good. How are you? You talking to me?
Yeah, Troy.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I just got it in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Is your last name Morrell or Costner? He said Costner.
It's Costner. My middle name is Morrell, and I've been contemplating, honestly, dropping Costner off.
Brother, honest is good. That's the only policy, and I'm with you on that. I understand.
Yeah.
I have my African name, Mwenge. I just don't use it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm having a son pretty soon, and I just don't want to pass that.
I
Don't want
understand.
to pass.
I understand, man. I understand. If it means something to you, you must do it because
Yes,
that
sir.
heritage is so critical. Yeah, I'm here. This is Deb Lagutetis. This is Troy.
Hey,
Hi,
Deb,
Deb.
yeah, Deb. She works with. She's one of our members. She does our computer work and websites and stuff, as well as taxes. She does. She's an accountant. Deb, what do you do? Oh, a
I
tax preparer, certified.
I have a law degree and I have a
She
advanced
has
law
2 law degrees. She has a JD and a master's in law.
Yeah,
Right.
LLM in taxation.
Right, LLM in taxation, a master's of law in taxation, and she has a real estate broker's license, and Lord knows how many other things she does. But she's
Right.
one of our mainstays.
I've had a strange life.
So where are you, brother?
Very
Where are you
accomplished
located?
life.
Oh, go ahead. Very accomplished, he
No.
said.
Yeah.
Where are you located, man? I'm out here in California on the Arizona border.
Well, right now I'm actually in Maryland.
Maryland, okay.
Yeah, I go back and forth between Philadelphia and Maryland.
Okay.
And
There's some good people out there. I know some of them. I got
yeah, I've been trying to just network basically in the DMV area and in Baltimore.
Okay.
And kind of
connect you with this sister on Facebook. Her name is Kimberly Holmes. She's in the DMV, and she just started a nonprofit called Black America Cares. I think you'd like networking with her. She's a really nice lady.
okay, let me grab my
Sure.
excuse me. What was her name again?
Kimberly Holmes. KIMBLERY, I believe. Holmes. HOLMES. Kimberly Holmes.
Kimberly Holmes.
Holmes.
You know if this is this her picture? Can you
I can't see it. No, it wouldn't be that. I think it'd be her own picture. I'll send it to you if you want. Are you on there,
yeah.
Troy Morrell?
That'll work best.
Are you on there, Troy Morrell? No, in fact, you know what I'll do? I'll put it in the chat here. That way you can see it. Yeah.
No, I'm actually on Facebook as Troy Costner Sr.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I think that's how you spell it. Kimberly. How do you spell it? I mean, is it KIMBERLEY or I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably L-Y.
LEY?
No, probably not.
Okay. Kimber-L-Y, right?
I guess. Yeah,
Kimberly,
that's the
yeah, I think so.
standard spelling.
HOLMES, yeah. Yeah, she's very much interested in trying to do good out there in that area. She's been talking, I think she does a little real estate investing and stock investing. Nice lady.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good wholesome background, ethical.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Not gonna introduce you to any offbeat people. Except for myself. Yeah.
It was a pleasure to meet everybody so far.
You too, brother. So tell us a little bit about yourself, if you wouldn't mind, and I'll share with you. Me, I'm out here, like I said, on the California-Arizona border, a little place called Blythe, B-L-Y-T-H-E. It's hot as Hades out here in the summer. 120 dry heat plus. Okay. Yeah. And we're right on the Colorado River. I'm about a mile away from it. So I keep at least a half a tank of gas in the car so I can get out in case the dam breaks. That's real. I'm serious, man. You got a 30-minute warning. After that, you're on your own. Better have a boat.
Wow.
But it's good. A lot of farmland out here. It's an agrarian community. Very right wing. So, it's not the most conducive to my taste. But, they're good people everywhere. And I try to gravitate towards them.
Absolutely.
I just tell you, I associate mostly with the animals as a result. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're the only one in line with nature right now. They go with the flow, man.
What'd you say there?
I said they're in line with nature. They just go with the flow,
Yes, teach that. They don't hassle me, so I don't hassle them. But
I have a new friend.
Who's your new friend?
He's a bunny rabbit.
I got a new friend too. And she's not a bunny rabbit, but she kind of looks like one. Come here. Come here. It's Benaya. Yeah, this is Benaya. You see her?
I can't. It looks like something's covering your screen.
Oh, you know what? It's my fail-safe paper that's supposed to stay up here. You know how you do it, man. When you're not online, I cover that thing.
I know that's right.
Yeah, this is
what kind of dog is that?
This is Benaya. This is a little French poodle. I mean French bulldog, Andromeda's dog. My daughter's dog.
Okay,
Yeah.
Aw.
okay. Pretty,
She's about
pretty,
3
pretty.
months old now.
Okay,
Yeah.
pretty,
My
pretty.
little, my little co-host. She sits right next to me most of the time. Content to just
Good, good.
Just
Yeah.
hold down the fort, huh?
Yeah, she's holding down the fort. We're holding down the fort together.
Uh-huh.
But
So I just tell you, I guess, a little bit about me.
yeah, please, thank you.
My name's Troy Costner, Troy Morrell Costner, and I am the founder and CEO of the Field App Incorporated. And
Forgive me. What's that again? The what incorporated?
the Field App.
App, like an application. The Field
Yes,
App.
sir.
Okay, the Field App Incorporated. Great, very good.
Yes, sir. And I've got a mobile application, and what it was designed to do was I guess organize and recirculate resources back into urban communities.
Excellent.
I guess it was inspired by, honestly, except I'm from Philadelphia, and the whole Starbucks situation that happened downtown, it was like a really big, I guess, an eye opener, so to speak. It was like, these guys, they were just regular people. They were coming in for a meeting, and next thing you know, they're in jail. You know what I mean?
It would have been me. Yeah, I know.
Could have been me. Could have been my son. Could have been any of us.
Yeah.
And it's like, I had been through so much in my life in terms of like, just, being blessed with, being around like my great grandparents and hearing stories from, back in the 40s and the 50s. You know what I mean? When it was like, there was an understanding.
Yes.
There was a common understanding. I feel like that's been lost. And
yes.
Basically what I want to do with my app is kind of bring that back together and just organize all of our resources, because like I said, I had looked for a coffee shop, for like a Black-owned coffee shop.
Yes.
That's what you want to call it, in Philadelphia.
Yes.
I found quite a few of them, but I just wanted to see. So I Googled coffee shops in Philadelphia.
Yes.
And I had to scroll through 26 coffee shops before I found the first Black-owned.
Oh, wow.
And the first Black-owned had 4.7 stars.
Oh, good. Good service.
Great service.
Yeah.
But I passed a couple 4.2s, a couple 4.4s.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it to me, it was like, it didn't resonate well with me. So, I decided to try to build a platform where I could control the narrative, so to speak. And, there's nobody, there's no propaganda on here unless we control it. You know what I mean? And my goal is to, I guess, emulate what Marcus Garvey and, a lot of the ancestors were able to do in terms of trying to control the propaganda.
Yes.
And control our image on, I guess you could say, like on a national or international scale.
Right.
So that's what the Field App is. If you we've been curating businesses and up and down the East Coast so far, restaurants, and we've got a section where you can shop them online.
Okay.
We've got and we've got like all the bare essentials. Like what I plan to do is and the app is actually up now. It's free to download. I don't know who can hear me.
Oh yeah, we can hear you, brother, and I'm looking forward to downloading it. So just give us the link, and we'll type in the link when you can, and we'll have it.
I'm new to this. I don't know how to.
Take your time, man. It's probably down at the bottom. Chat. It says chat. Little icon type thing. Second from the right at the bottom.
Yeah, it hides itself. So if you tap the bottom, it may flip up.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
So just click that and then start typing, and we'll have it. The Field App. We've been joined by a couple more people since you've. Let me get this paper out of the way. Since you've come on, Brother Troy. This is Brother Troy Morrell, and we're joined by Sister Temeka Peoples and Brother Parker Lewis, and Deb, and Brother John Yochanan is in the background. Brother Yochanan is at a meeting right now. He's on, but he can't really be with us right now. He's, I guess Colin Powell is a guest speaker there, so he's hobnobbing today, and that's just fine. That's fine. That's
Absolutely.
Gotta have the connections. You know, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, as long as you for us.
Absolutely. And that's what my that's another thing that my app wanted to break down is like all walls of division in terms of, you know, religion and all the other nonsense that divides us as a people. And it divides. I feel like, you know, our thinking is just it isn't on the right page. So, you know, we wanted to make everybody feel welcome, so to speak. You know what I mean? So if you check out my website, I actually posted my website in the chat.
You got it.
And this isn't hate towards anyone. This isn't to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Love.
This is love. That's all it's about.
Love. If you love you, I cannot love anyone unless I love myself. And please trust me when I say I love me. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm not selfishly in love with myself, but hey, if I don't take care of me, everything else around me falls apart.
Yes,
No kidding.
Yeah, you know that.
And we've been going around getting restaurants, but I have been talking with Mr. Jamerson, and you know, we're trying to get all of the farms, you know, black-owned farms all around the country on the app as well.
You mentioned that. Talk to us.
You know, there's always a need for fresh fruits, vegetables, meat, eggs, whatever.
With this big flood in the Midwest, man, that's going to be an open market for anyone who's growing vegetables. The corn, the soybean, the wheat, all those are gone, man. You know, they're going to be importing a lot of that stuff. Yeah. So they're going to need our stuff. I'm going to have to send you that information if you haven't seen that.
Yeah, and this is a Temeka. Great addition. Sorry that I joined late, and I'm always on this. One, I appreciate the app and the approach. You know, anything we can have in the palm of our hands that connects us to our businesses and our people, the better. Similar to something like We Buy Black, I would assume, but it's centered around coffee shops and other businesses to include farms. Is that how I should take
all
this?
All black businesses, I think.
Well,
okay.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Yes,
I would
sir.
say my main attack, to be completely honest, is I'm going after the culture. The culture. We want to change the culture into. I want to, you know, start a habit of actually spending with each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I feel like
yes,
the culture has been under attack. You know, we've been, you know, I feel like it's become part of our culture to disrespect each other, and it's been part of our culture to become ignorant, and it's been a part of our culture to, I guess, just our culture is under attack. And I feel like that's the first thing I'm trying to go after is our culture. And I don't know if you've had a chance to check out the app Temeka, but we've it's very professional, it's very clean looking, and it's not, if you were to look at the app, you would never know. It's not, you know, black all in your face. It's, you know, anybody could come in and, you know, feel comfortable spending their money in the black community. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the approach we want to have, like a Chinatown, so to speak. It's like we circulate our money in this community, and anybody's welcome to come spend their money with us.
Understood. Yes, sir. Copy all. And I like the fact that you're adding the farmer piece, because I can tell you when I went looking for black farmers, it was very tough for me. I was looking for a very particular thing, but there is no database. I know there's a Southern Cooperative of Black Farmers, and that's a great cooperative. And I know that in the Black Belt that traditionally they've worked together by being cooperatives together, but there's no one-stop shop for finding black farmers. You know, you got to read great articles and like, oh, cool, there's this group, I'm gonna reach out to them, but there's no one-stop shop. So I appreciate that you're adding our farmers, which is our source, to this app. So thank you. I really appreciate you sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And what our goal is too is to, you know, I was at a corner store, a grocery store yesterday, a small grocery store, corner store, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, they get everything, you know, from big, you know, Jetro restaurant depots and stuff like that, Costco's. But I feel like if we could cut out those people and get our farmers on board first, you know what I'm saying? Like if we could, like I said, I wanted to take the culture, and I feel as though right now, people are all about saving a dollar in the short end and not on the long run, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Of course. Our money circulates after 6 hours, it's gone. Before we even get our paycheck, it's gone. Everyone else, a day, 16 days, whatever. You know, it recirculates, and that's how you grow your community. That's how they get wealthy, because they take our money, they come in and rape our community, and then they take it right back to the cave in the evening. No, it's time to change that. You're right.
Yeah. So that's why we got a couple corner stores, because I want to start it. I want to start like I guess you could call it an economic protest, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Brother, unless you hit the devil where his God lives, he's not going to listen. You hit him where. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I had been down to, Montgomery, and I've been in a Selman. I've been a lot of places in my 30 years. And the one thing I learned about, like you said, you got to hit them where it hurts. And, down on the bus boycotts in Alabama, is like, everybody thinks like, oh, well, they kind of just tapped out because they boycotted. And it was like, nah, they tapped out because they stopped spending money for a year.
That's right. Over a year. 384 days.
Over a year.
And then bought the bus company afterwards. We owned it after that. Not anymore, but we did. Yeah.
But that's how it works.
That's right.
And
you take away the resources, he can't do business. He knows how much he's dependent on him. Now we got to wake up and recognize that.
Absolutely.
You're on the track, brother. I'm so proud of you, man. A younger brother. That's
Thank
good.
you.
I'm only a couple years behind you, but hey, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to see this.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
brother.
man.
Thank you. God, may y'all be with you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we back you. We back you.
Appreciate that.
Deb will be doing the website more than likely. That's what he was saying. So I see now. This is going to be good. And she's already said she's looking forward to it.
Oh, you betcha. You betcha. I'm all about the bus boycott. I'm all about Black Star.
She said.
I'm all about that stuff, man. We need to wield our economic power. And if you wonder why, this kind of pasty-faced woman is involved with this, is because I'm a woman. I get oppression.
That's right.
That's all you need to know is, I'm not part of the ruling class.
That's right.
By virtue of how I was born.
That's right. Well, we have another guest out here, Brother Banathi. Banathi, how are you, man? You're on mute. Can you take it off and introduce yourself, if you would? Banathi is from South Africa. Oh, no, actually, forgive me. This is Brother Lamar. Lamar, come on, introduce yourself, man. Lamar Wilson.
Hey, how you doing? Where's Banathi? I'm waiting for Banathi.
Banathi is still, we all waiting for Banathi, brother. We're waiting for him, but we'll see.
My name is Lamar Wilson. I am one of the founders of the Coinda Group. I'm just glad to be here. I got the Zoom the Zoom detail. I also run a company called Sunjoin. That is a network of hemp farmers across the nation.
What's it called? What's it called?
Sunjoin.
Can you Can you type it in, please, when you finish?
Yeah, we type it over here
in the chat. We want that information. Forgive me for interrupting you, but we need that.
No worries at all. Yeah, I'm run a company called Sunjoin that is basically connecting hemp farmers across the nation to establish a network of stability so that we can go to processors with a very uniform and standardized hemp crop, so that every year they'll keep coming back to our farmers. And our farms are made up of family farms, generational farmers. Hopefully we get a lot of Black farmers involved, because I think that's hemp is a way for us to actually own a natural resource, man, without much to go with it, man. So yeah, man, I own a company called Sunjoin. I appreciate John for inviting me, man. But I'm gonna get out of here and listen, fellas. I'm gonna get out of here and listen.
All right. Well, we were just talking with Brother Troy Morrell, and he's please, for the sake of the brother, would you please just give him a tiny bit of what you do?
Absolutely, brother Lamar, was it?
Yeah, Lamar Wilson. Lamar Wilson.
What's going on, Brother Lamar? So basically, I developed the app, and it's called The Field, and The Field was basically designed in order to circulate resources back into the communities, the urban communities, and basically change the culture. And it's so, we touch on so many things in the app that it's ridiculous what I'm trying to do here, but it's a Pan-African app as well. So it's like we've got Jamaican stores, Ethiopian. Like I don't believe in the division of, because I got Jamaican family, I got Haitian family. Like that doesn't really. To me, we're all descendants of stolen Africans.
We're family. That's right. Diaspora. We family.
Absolutely. So, and that's another thing. Like I said, there's so many divisions, and I feel like that's why we're not able to get on one page, because it's like, oh well, you're Jamaican and you're Muslim and you're Christian, and you know what I mean. And it's like, listen, We all spending the same money. This is the only
We're
power
all
we
being
have.
oppressed by the same oppressor, for real.
Same oppressor. And we're spending all of our money with the oppressor and then complaining about the conditions. And so basically my app was like, this is my answer for the diaspora, so to speak, for Black America, for Blacks, for whoever, for anybody who wants to change our conditions. It starts with our money, point blank, period. And so, like, the more businesses we start to curate on here, like, it's going to become to a point where it's like, I want to be able to, you know, talk, you know, I guess approach people with the sense of, if you're not spending your money or any money in my app, I don't want to hear your complaints because you're part of the problem.
That's right. That's right. Can't disagree with that.
And that's no disrespect to anybody, you know, but
it's the reality, man. Let's be real about this. It's time to stop running around and being second-class citizens by choice. We have no business, as Dr. Maulana Karenga has always said, playing the cultural children of the world when we're the heirs of the mothers and fathers of human civilization. Come on. Yeah. But brothers in Philadelphia, for all y'all who didn't get that, brother Troy is in Philadelphia, and I think you said you wanted to do something in the DMV too, right? You wanted because Lamar, I believe, Lamar, you in Kentucky or the DMV?
I'm in Kentucky, man. I'm in Kentucky.
Okay.
I'm in the heart of Kentucky, in the center of Kentucky.
Man, he's in there with all the action with what's his name, Mitch McConnell, all those good old boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all the way real.
You're right.
I literally thank Mitch McConnell because he helped get that hemp bill through.
You're right. And I'm gonna be even more real. Malcolm said, "Hey, stop talking about the South so bad. Anything south of the Canadian border is South." So you're right.
Talking about the continent of North America now. Come on. And you're right. Mitch McConnell, first of all, I appreciate that you guys are doing this, and it's so important for us to control industry. The first step is, like you said, brother, harnessing our dollars. The second step is harnessing our production and our land, right? We're the biggest producers in the world. We just really are. Let's just keep it 100. However, we don't really own a lot of production, right? The most basic of our production is when I'm talking about a physical product, understand? I'm talking about a physical product. So when I see things like that are centered around farming and are centered around the land and are centered around byproduct from what it comes from that, whether it be a store or a coffee shop that will only use Black farmer products, that's the kind of stuff we have to really start getting into. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to use some slang, these white boys don't care. They have every industry market, and they control it. And when I say control it, King, I mean control it. From the bankers to all the white farmers got on code and got in co-op and started squeezing us out. Now they control industry. So what I feel like we need to do is there's multiple layers to this, and I'm a Claude Anderson disciple. There's multiple layers to this. But the first layer is harnessing our dollars. Just get everybody on code with spending with us. Then we better start controlling that production. And the stuff that Lamar's doing on that next level tech, coin our own money, because fractional reserve is a problem, okay? Because these dollars have no value. The bonds are on the people. Believe it or not, the bonds are still on us. So I love it, King. Just keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for this platform, and thank you for bringing others in here to talk about what they're doing, because I know that there's a sister who presented, and her grocery store that will have a Black coffee shop is really thinking next level like you are, right? So she wants to own the facility, she wants to own distribution, and put her in the app. Roots and vines.
I appreciate all this praise, but hey, you got to tell us what you do, because it ain't like you ain't doing nothing. You're doing a lot too.
No, I'm just here. I'm like Lamar. I'm a fly on the wall.
Don't be modest.
And I really just appreciate what you're doing, brother. We need the tech behind what you're doing. Outside of the fact that it looks like you're an Eagle fan, even though I'm from Cali, have business in Missouri. I'm an Eagle fan too. The support is coming, King. It's coming.
No division, sister. No division. No division.
But yeah, I appreciate that, sis. And like I said, like I got so many ways I want to hit these people, and I want to hit them with so many different directions that are like, and I don't mean to put negative things into the air, but we all know the track record of America, and we know what America does to people who try to bring Black Americans together, and people who try to bring
Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Who else? Harriet Tubman. Name them.
Medgar Evers. I mean, you got what's the brother's name out in Chicago with the Panthers?
Fred Hampton.
Fred Hampton. Really, like it's just the list goes on, and so
Yeah.
I was reading this book. It's called The Head Negro in Charge Syndrome.
I've seen that one. I haven't read it yet. It's a good
Norman
book.
Kelly. It's a really good book.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Sir, I would submit to us that there's power in silence. and I will leave it at that. I appreciate that you're willing to share your vision, and this is a trusted space. But there are times when you're going to have to move in silence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't be afraid to do that, King. And there's those of us who are doing that, and you can still connect with and still make power plays, but don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Absolutely. Because the system is global.
Yeah. And I kind of wanted to run this. Honestly, I kind of wanted to run this like the Underground Railroad, where it's like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Because, the Underground Railroad was still successful, but they didn't have billboards, up and down the highway promoting it. It was, everybody was on the same accord. Everybody knew what was going on. So
we got to
get on that type of time where it's like you said, like we can't really do too much where we're out on Front Street because we know what they do. So we got to kind of move like they do. I'm not on here. If you check out my website, it doesn't say anything about Black people at all. I don't mention the word Black on there at all, not once. So nobody can say, oh, well, these guys are racist. We're going to do what y'all do. We're going to deny.
But it's just the truth anyhow, because we can't be racist. If we could, I don't think we would anyhow. We've had 400 years to do something, and we haven't done anything. And it's time to make a change. I'm not trying to apologize for nothing and for nobody. Being discreet is very important, critical, in fact, like Sister said. I'm not hiding shit. Not me.
Right.
I'm German. This is my, forgive me. I'm not hiding. Nah, fuck. Excuse me. Let me be quiet. Like you said.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah, right.
It's and in the way America's set up too with the whole social media, it's like, cause I didn't even want to make an Instagram, to be completely honest. Like I didn't want to make an Instagram, and it was like I didn't have a choice because that's just where our culture is right now. That's
brother. 2 years ago, I didn't have a Facebook page. I did, but it was deactivated, and I put one up for a family reunion. That's the only reason I'm on here. And now that I'm out there, the devil definitely knows my name, and I tell him to read between the lines every day. I don't really care.
Right.
I mean, I'm not reckless, stupid to the point where I'm trying to be identified as some extremist. But who is the devil to tell me how black I can be? I'll be blacker than the black.
I know that's right. And like I said, go ahead. What did you say, Temeka?
No, please go ahead, King.
No, I was just gonna say another thing I wanted to say too is like in terms of the layers, I did a lot of reading in my 20s, and one book I read was Think and Grow Rich, and it was a spinoff of Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill.
Napoleon Hill was Think and Grow Rich. I read that too, and that's about like manifestation and stuff like that, and how powerful your energy you put out and stuff like that. But Think and Grow Rich is more like it teaches you the ins and outs of incorporating a business. And so like what I did with this was I incorporated this. It's not an LLC. It's under a stock corporation. And like I said, like my plans for this are really huge because I wanted to, like I said, Marcus Garvey. I feel like Garvey and Garveyism honestly is the way. I don't call this Garveyism, but at the end of the day, that's what this is. And at the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to be able to control, like Sister Temeka said, you know, we need to control. They control everything. They don't care. It's not, you know, they don't feel bad. They're not apologizing. It's just what it is. And so Marcus Garvey, he had the Black Star Line, and he was able to sell shares to the Black Star Line for $5 a share, and he was able to raise, I think, about $1 million. And this was 100 years ago.
Millions,
$5 a share.
multi-millions, millions, yeah.
And so my plan for this is kind of to, I'm not gonna say mirror what he did, but I wanna I think I'm gonna start out. I wanna get like 10 million shares, and I wanna start selling shares to the company. And I feel like we should have our own shipping or our own import export type of company, because, like I said, this is a Pan-African act. So I want to be able to do business with the brothers in Brazil, the brothers in Jamaica. I want to be able to do business with the brothers in the motherland, of course. I want to be able to do business with the sisters in Cali. I want to be able to do business everywhere. And I feel like if we can control the market, let's just say, for instance, we're able to get, you know, drums of oil for dirt cheap, and, you know, we're selling our gasoline for $1 a gallon or something like that, like back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're able to control the market, I feel like we'd be able to essentially control America, because we're, in my opinion, we're the consumers. So where we put our money, where we put our energy, where we put our focus, that's what's gonna be popular. That's what's gonna trend. Like, if you look, you know, now this is gonna be the big thing now with the death of Nipsey Hussle. You know, Black Power. You know, they're talking about Dr. Sebi and all of that. And, you know, I've been eating gold, CMOS gold for the longest now. You know what I'm saying? But people now are starting to hear about, you know, Dr. Sebi and alkaline diet and stuff like that. So, like I said, if we can get the word out to people without necessarily saying, oh, this is what we're doing, I feel like we'll be able to win. Outwitting the devil, must read it.
If I may, well said. Listen, I love business. I just do. So I would submit to you that as you think about stock companies, I know, you know, since we're in a trusted environment, right? So an S Corp is great, but you should highly consider a holding company out of Delaware, and you should probably be corporate. Right, great. But I'm talking about a holding company, right? So a holding company acts as the umbrella for all your operational companies. Now, why is that important, right? So a holding company, you can borrow, lend, you know, set up situations within your company so that you're only doling out money for your operational companies to do what the operational company needs to do. There are a lot of avenues, you know, there's a lot of ways to split this, but if you already have an LLC, that's an S Corp, you issue shares, and you come up and you put it up under a holding company that acts as the umbrella corporation. Again, this is how your big guys do it. Berkshire Hathaway is a holding company. He owns Coca-Cola. He owns Victoria's Secrets. Those are all what? Those are all operating companies. So it's like it's creating what they call a corporate veil. And in order to never pierce the corporate veil, his holding company does whatever the hell it needs to do to make money and to increase the values of his shares. And as long as his operational companies keep increasing in value, guess what? The holding company, the umbrella company, looks what? Very valuable. So then he's able to distribute shares that are worth billions of dollars. If you know anything about what Warren Buffett does, that's how they move. Where did Warren Buffett get his start? In textile and in farming. So I study him. I study him like he's an intelligence project for the DOD, which I do, intelligence work for the DOD, and I study these guys like that. And so a holding company is valuable to you at some point in time. And as you're talking about trade is awesome. But trade is nothing if you don't have an import-export license from all the administrative arms of your corporate entity, which happens to be the United States. So I say all that to say your app can be very powerful, and you're talking about creating these relationships without a corporate veil, without a trust, without trading import-export relationships. It's very easy, and we can get into those discussions maybe off mic on how to set that up so it becomes much easier. But for instance, if you want to make it easy for your let's say you're dealing with cotton farmers, right? I just have to speak about what I know, right? There's black cotton farmers, but they don't grow organic cotton. Best organic cotton in the world comes out of Africa. I want to import that, right? Let's say you have several businesses who want to import cotton that are black businesses or whatever, right? You can make it really easy for them by being the operational company that does what it does and creates import avenues for each one of those operational companies to import these things, because you got what? The license and the permit, right? So it's a process, but I know you're going to get there because you're reading the right books and you're already talking to the right people.
Absolutely.
Wait, not. So good stuff, brother. You're on the right path. That's all I will say. You're on the right path.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
Hey, I want to jump in there right quick. I'm here at the Colin Powell's. He's getting ready to speak in a few minutes, so I got invited to that, so I wasn't able to get on and host, but I have been listening in this whole time. One, I want to thank everybody for being on. Two, I tried to share a link. I'm not sure if it shows up or not, where Dr. John Boyd and Kara Boyd, who are with the National African American or National Black Farmers Association, that they are going to have tonight. So if you guys can see that, check it out. If not,
it's on. It's on there.
It's on there. Okay, and it starts tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But anyhow, I just want to thank everybody for being on. I'm gonna jump off of here because they're playing classical music and you got choirs and stuff singing in the background. But I just want to thank everybody for getting on and tell Jettie, man, you got my job now.
No, sir. No. They need somebody competent. But thank you, brother. But really, I need everyone's email. I have yours, Lamar. I have yours, Sister Temeka and Brother Parker and Deb. And I need yours, Brother Troy. So if you can put your email in so I can send you the, just in case you don't get the chat stuff, so I can send you that and send you, let you know when the meetings are going to be. If you don't mind.
No, not at all.
Thank you.
I'm actually typing into the.
Thank you, brother. It doesn't have to be a personal one, just something I can get the information to you with. That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just dropped it into the chat.
Okay. And I'll send this chat out to everybody afterwards. We got about 15 minutes to go, so hey, y'all help me out. Help me. I haven't heard from you, Brother Parker Lewis. What's going on? You living? Brother Parker Lewis.
Hey, you know me. You know me.
I'm waiting for you.
I talk too much, so I just wait until somebody asks me to speak.
Well, hey, now you can't beat me on that one. Hey, now you can't beat me on that one.
Well, that's true, but I might have someone who could beat both of us, and that's my brother Akiyahu. But we out here in the field working. I'm on my sustainability sojourning before I go to come sojourn with you, Brother Jettie.
Yeah, brother, be in a few days, so we're looking forward.
Out in the field.
So we're looking forward to it.
Okay, and I'm looking forward to it. This is my prep for getting out there and continuing to work for others. Brother Troy, just so you know, I appreciate the work that you've put in so far with this app. I am having trouble downloading it. I've tried, but we could talk about that later. What I did want to mention and bring up though is that in regards to the app, I believe that for it to be in that mainstream, much as our sister Temeka was talking about, as far as the information that we put out. Let me back up. I was talking to Akiyahu today about a group in Dallas that was talking about when things hit the fan, come over here. And when you step back and think about it as a prepper, that's the stupidest thing you can do. You've compromised your security up front. So I appreciate the fact that there's certain words that I don't even use. We're not using this language because what I've noticed, and I know, if it looks European, is gonna make money. Like, and I'm not even talking about getting our money. I'm talking about if it looks European, the world will see it as such. When they can tell that it's us, it's like they don't want to support. And I'm not talking about us, even though it's still true with us. It's like, I don't even want your dollar. Because it's not your dollar. That is an expression of 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears that we've already paid. So it's not a representation of our wealth or our value. That's the one thing that in this group, I'm probably one who stands partially alone, but the dollar is always going to be the last thing I focus on. The first thing I'm going to focus on is you, developing a positive, productive relationship with you, because with that value, everything's possible. Your knowledge becomes my knowledge. My knowledge becomes your knowledge. Your time becomes partially my time. I can't ever take your time. That's why it's stupid to try to sell your time. What, you thought you lost it? No, you just squandered it. You didn't put it to building your true bottom line. You put it to building someone else's true bottom line while you got a fictional bottom line built up a little bit, a smattering of what your true value was. So I encourage you to continue on this path. And what I was getting at is, I'm that dude who I've been in enough groups where there's never a work to success option. Everything's always, well, everybody pay up front and then we're going to do XYZ. I'm still waiting for everyone's XYZs to come to fruition. If I seen anyone's XYZ come to fruition, then I'm throwing money at it and I'm in it.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that. So when I can see a group of people actually work together, as myself with Brother Akiyahu, myself with Brother John, myself with Brother Jettie, and them working with each other, once we start breaking down those barriers of the dollar being that limitation on why we work together, I believe all the dollars are going to come in. Because then we'll have that European face that we send out to the market while we doing what we doing inside.
You hear that, Deb? We're going to send you out there.
For everybody.
Right. I'm ready. Right.
Yes, Deb.
Grandma Deb's holding company.
All right. All right. But you know what, brother? You will have food. We will have food for you here. If nothing else, you'll be able to eat well. And we're gonna work hard, bro. I'm actually talking. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was gonna say, if everybody could if y'all can type in like the cities you guys are in. Okay. Because like I said, I'm building chapters in every city, you know, so even if it's restaurants, storefronts, we want everything, we want everybody. So well, black owned of course, but or African, Jamaican, whatever you want to call it. But if you guys know of anybody, or if you know of any businesses that are, you know, legitimate businesses, like, we want to put them on. So, and the one thing you were saying too, Brother Parker Lewis, is like, you talking about how like everybody wants the money up front, then it's XYZ. You know what I mean? And for me, that was kind of like that was like what I had to figure out, I guess, how to approach this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to be like that type of dude. Like, okay, well, if you got the money, then I'll put you on my app. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want this to be like, I'm gonna put you on my app, and if you want to support, if you want to sponsor it, cool. If not, you're still in here. You know what I mean? And we got to get out of that. Like you said, like, you can't let money control everything you do. You can't let money control every move you make. You got to have some type of moral grounds. You got to have some type of integrity about yourself. And, you know, so that's why basically, like, I had actually sat down with the director of commerce in Philadelphia, Harold Epps. This was January 31st. And, you know, we sat down and we talked. We sat in Center City, down at City Hall, whatever. And he's like, yeah, well, there's no way, you won't be able to monetize this. So it's basically a waste. You're wasting your time. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I disagree 100%. I feel like if you put all of your energy and your effort into something, like, and it's something positive, I feel like the money will come. Everything is gonna come with this. You know, I got a couple sponsors already. We got people sponsoring this. We got people making sure that, you know, the wheels are going. But I just wanted to get that out there. That we're definitely We're about the culture. So it's not about the money. Like for me, like it's not about getting your money. It's about getting your money circulating.
Right.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to that, I want to speak to group economics. There's something that most people don't realize why group economics doesn't work in our community, because there's two aspects to group economics. It's like a sinking ship. If you got if everybody's just focusing on bailing out water, then the hole continues to let water in. If everyone's just focusing on plugging the hole, then you still sitting low and potentially still gonna go under because you got water in the boat. So in group economics, there's two metrics. There's how long the dollar stays in the community, as in hours, and how many times it moves between members of that community.
The multiplier.
Yes, indeed. But what we miss in the acknowledging what that means is each of us are running European design businesses in one way, even though, we're trying to move away from that. Somehow we had to start there trying to, survive. That means your primary expenses, unless you are, well above the black, if you're anywhere in the red, you have any loans, as soon as I give you my dollar, whether I'm purchasing, whether I'm interacting in business to business, it doesn't matter. As soon as I've given you my dollar, it has immediately left our community because you owe another community. So to me, we have to learn how to exchange value outside of the dollar. So when a dollar comes in and I know I'm working with you and I got this dollar and what you offer is worth X amount of dollars, I need to provide service or product to that extent so that dollar is held in our community. You helping me hold that dollar is you holding that dollar. Me helping you hold your dollar is me holding that dollar as a community. And until we realize how to exchange value for value outside of the dollar internally, and then extract all of our blood, sweat, and tears for over 400 years from all those around us, and whatever they want to work in rubles, hey, we give me your rubles.
Wait. We're not gonna work in rubles because our brother Lamar is already working on the coinda. So we're talking about cryptocurrency.
So there we go. You can't do anything else. Go talk to my brother Lamar. He's gonna do the exchange for you. That's our exchange machine over there.
All right.
Brother TJ, I see you on there. Good to see you, brother. Is there something you wanted to say? This is Brother Yokana's brother here, TJ.
Yeah, no, nothing at this point in time. I apologize for being a little late. I'm switched up on my time zone from that end, but you guys are having the spirited conversation, so I'm just enjoying the power behind your message.
Okay, thank you. We only have 8 minutes left, so hey, chime in, brother. Benathi's not going to make it. It doesn't seem. But Brother Troy, thank you for being here. Thank you, Sister Temeka, Sister Deb, Brother Lamar, Brother Parker, and Brother TJ. I
appreciate you guys having me.
No, it's our pleasure, brother. You give me hope for the future, man. I got a daughter. She's 30, and man, I don't know who raised you, brother, but they did a good job. It was the streets. The streets gave us a blessing.
It was the streets.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just a regular. Look, I'm a regular.
I know, brother.
And another thing, like I got braids. I kind of wanted to get away from the stigma of people judging the book by its cover.
Yeah, teach that.
I'm just as smart as any of these white boys that went to college.
No, you're not. You're smarter. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. No, yes, smarter.
Yes.
Please, thank you.
Thank you.
Exactly. Because a degree does nothing but waste your time.
Absolutely.
That's what the word degree means. It's decreasing you. But anyway, brother, yeah, we appreciate you. I couldn't say it better. We need to start exchanging things other than, tying it to the dollar, and we need to start producing our own. And the reason why, things leave so quickly and we have to go pay somebody else is because right now we're just in-service providers. We don't, like I said, we don't own any industry. We're not producing much. If it's not a farm, there's not much that we physically produce and own the ecosystem that is required for that entire production. Ain't nobody rolling around here owning no cell phone towers. We ain't laying no water pipes. We don't. I mean, even though some of that stuff comes from our great, from the continent, and it's very pure there. But you understand what I mean by that? Like we have
absolutely. And another thing, see, when I think about that, to be completely honest with you, Sister Temeka, and I hate to say this, but this is just how I feel about America, and this is no disrespect to America, but
please tell the truth, brother. If you don't, I will.
Just from like reading history and from learning things about America, and completely honest, like I feel like we need to get to a point where it's like we're building up. I feel like we need to build up our territories like in the motherland. I feel like we built up America so much, and to this day, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They hate us, whatever, and we're the minority. So I feel like no matter what, they always gonna have a thumb on us because we don't make up a half of their percent. Not even a half. We don't even make up a half of the percentage of them. So it's like if we know they hate us, and we know that every institution, every system, we know everything is against us, and we know that, I feel like it's like the definition of insanity, where it's like, all right, we keep doing the same thing. We keep trying to build on this land. We keep trying to make America great. And that's all. We're the only people who've ever made America great. And we don't get any credit for it. So in my opinion, I feel like, it's only so much more we can really do in America, to be completely honest. And I'm looking into, starting to build, maybe in Haiti, maybe in Africa.
Not maybe, brother. That's a reality. We're all on that same page. Every last one of us people on here. Yeah.
Okay.
Kenya, Ghana.
We're not giving up. We're gonna have our dual citizenships.
Yeah, for sure. But no, not but and please do realize the powers that be on the continent.
Yeah.
So
I do.
Yeah, we got all that to say, I'm with you. I hear you 100%. Let's do that. I mean, Tanzania, Ghana, South Africa, Benin, Burkina Faso, all that. I touch all those countries. So I feel you, King. But and
we still got to work with the devil.
Man. Yeah.
Like
the dance is real.
Yeah.
The dance is real. Understand me now. And China ain't playing with Africa either.
Yeah.
Go over there and see how much they control there. Yeah. One road China is about controlling the entire western continent of Africa, and they're 90% to their goal. So trust and believe it's some global stuff at play here. But I'm with you, King. I'm with you. Trust me. I am.
We may not have a boat, but we know how to make one. We're going to get ours.
Come on now.
If we don't do it now, it's not going to get done. You're right.
Yeah.
Temeka, thank you for your balance. You're so right.
Absolutely.
This is going to keep us alive, Troy.
Yes, sir. She's definitely keeping us alive. I appreciate your input, Sister Temeka, and I agree 100%.
For all my people, it's 2 minutes till. I don't want to keep you, so if anyone has any gems of knowledge you want to share with us, please do. I'm going to send out this chat afterwards, but we'll wrap it up. Troy, give us your last, whatever you want, brother. Temeka, Deb, Parker, all y'all. Just let us know.
I put some links in the chat that I'd like people to take a look at for discussion.
I'll email them. I sure will. Thank you. Anyone else?
For those who can, definitely, connect with this brother and download what the app, and let's all continue to build and grow together. And if you know any hemp farmers or want to join what Lamar is doing, I know he's got some great work going. Please go to his site. There's power in this industry, and we have an opportunity to get on the ground floor and work collectively in many different aspects. That's my last bill. Thank you for you guys' time.
Okay, thank you all. Brother Benathi didn't come on tonight, and I think the main reason is he's having a difficult time with his phone. I think he has there's a data thing or something. So we're going to work on that. And hopefully we'll be able to get him in for our next meeting or before even. But God, may the Creator continue to go with all y'all. Stay up, stay healthy, and of course, stay black. I wouldn't be anything else. Peace.
Peace, family.
Yes, sir.